Okay, no face cam for this one because it takes up enough space, and I thought of putting it on the top, but then I don't want to, scroll down, and then I'm going to talk about a team at the top, and it blocks it. So I'm just going to do no face cam for this one. But we got to talk about playoffs. As I said 2 weeks ago, I was going to take a week off, week 15 off, and then we're going to come back week 16 and go from there on to week 18, and then we'll go into the playoffs, obviously. But heading into this week, the Packers are the only team that has at least clinched a spot because they have won the NFC North. So they are the only team that is officially in the playoffs as of week 15. But that's about to change because there's a lot of games here. I don't have the thing pulled up, but there's a lot of teams next week that basically either just need a win or a divisional opponent's loss to get in. And obviously, I think with the Patriots, I believe it's the Patriots either win or it's a Miami loss for a playoff berth. I believe how it is. I believe the Chiefs are just winning they're in. I believe is what that is. But this just I'm except for like the Bills, who I don't trust a lot, and then the Titans. I feel so bad for the Titans. But a lot of these teams, I think this like if this is how it was and it ended tomorrow with a lot of these teams here, I would not be upset because I think this would be a fun playoff. Obviously, like the Ravens would be left out, Saints would be left out, and then that's basically it for top tier teams. It's crazy how the number 13 here, Denver, 7-7, tied with Cleveland, Miami, the Raiders. Technically the Steelers, I guess, not even though it's 7-6-1, but basically 9 through 13 basically have the same record except for the Steelers again, just that one tie to the Lions. Whereas the NFC, 6-8, 6-8, 5-9, 5-9, 4-10 here for the Giants. The Giants probably get eliminated if they lose to the Eagles this weekend. I'm guessing the same with Seattle. I thought they were eliminated last week, which is why yesterday on my video, was it yesterday? One of the videos I put up yesterday, I said that they were eliminated. I didn't realize they needed one more loss to be eliminated. So, I guess technically it might be more than one because 4-10 here, 5-10 would be that. So maybe they need 2 more weeks, but there's closing. There's not enough time to sit back. You have to basically win out and pray that a bunch of these teams up here lose and these teams here lose. I think Cardinals have to play the Seattle one more time. I don't think the Rams do. Can I pull up? I can't. I guess okay. That'll take too long to pull everything out. But I think if they because if they beat the Cardinals, that'll help. But I don't think they play the Rams again, so that would suck here. I think they're done with the Niners. I believe they split with them. I believe. So again, three teams here in the NFC side for the West, come from the West, and it's crazy how if at the end of the day, Chiefs, Packers have a bye, Cowboys play the Vikings, Bucks play the Niners. That would be a crazy match. I wish we got this last year when the Bucks were healthy, and obviously, the Niners weren't as healthy. But this year's Niners versus last year's Bucks would have been a crazy matchup to see, especially in the playoffs. And then Cardinals, Rams. Cardinals will be at home, and I talked about in my video yesterday. Cardinals are not that good at home, so that'd be an interesting matchup. Just a couple weeks after they play the Rams, and there's potential they play them again at home. I technically it looks like they locked up the 5th seed, but they could bounce up to the 4th seed because they're only half a game behind. Now, I don't know exactly what it is because they just beat the Cardinals 2 weeks ago now. So I don't know exactly where the tiebreaker comes in that the Cardinals lead it. I'm guessing it's strength of opponents and all this other stuff too. That I talked in another video earlier. I think it was either Sunday or Monday. I talked in a video about that. So go see that. I talk about the That was the 1 seed video. That was put up on Monday, I believe. So if you have not seen that, we discussed tiebreakers. That was obviously before the Rams played. So again, it's something in there is why the Rams are below the Cardinals here. I just don't exactly know what it is. So, but again, nothing's locked up. Even the Packers, if they lose one game and Dallas wins out, Dallas gets the 1 seed. So not even the Packers sitting here at 1 are feeling comfortable because yes, they're a game ahead of Dallas, but Dallas has about the same strength, but I feel like they could beat the Cardinals, who are the toughest opponents for Dallas left on their schedule, and then the toughest opponents for the Packers are actually probably the Vikings, who already beat them once. So, it's probably again it's going to be one of these two teams now. Now again, a couple weeks ago I had said between the Cardinals and the Packers, but the Cardinals just fell off, and now they're at risk of losing their own division after starting out 7-0, which is just crazy. So NFC side again, you have the 7 here, and then you have 2 teams at 7-7, and then it's basically everyone else is just way behind. So again, Giants probably get eliminated this coming weekend. Seattle may need another week. We'll see. I guess this is kind of a spoiler if you have not seen my picks yet. I'm actually picking Carolina to beat the Bucs just because the Bucs lost a bunch of key contributors that make up the Bucs team, and now it's basically just Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, who it basically is now. So if the Panthers can shut Gronkowski down, they may have a path to victory there. We'll see. You never know. So Carolina Panthers may be in it until the last week, but I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs here because they got to win out, and a bunch of these teams have to lose out. Well, yeah, pretty much they would have to lose out basically. That's crazy. AFC side again, it's a way tougher AFC side. I talked about this for my Browns video. Or is it no? It was the post Browns when they lost to the Raiders. I talked about it the next day, where if the Browns had won, they would have been the 5th. I believe it was the 5th seed that they would have been in. So, but because they lost, they dropped down to 12th. That's how tight this division is. You either go up and you're really high in the playoffs, in the playoff picture here. They would have been right here where the Colts are, or you drop and you drop to the bottom. So now they have a tough Packers team. Browns are not full strength really. They're still, still COVID-ridden and whatnot, so it's going to be a real tough game against the Packers this coming weekend. This actually on Christmas, this coming Christmas. So we'll see. A lot of people are. I'm not disappointed, but it sucks to see that the Browns went from divisional round to not even making the playoffs the next year, despite basically having the same roster essentially. So. It kind of sucks. I thought the Browns would be a little better than what they were this year. But, again, COVID, injuries, and all that affected it too. So, Broncos, low-key, I am kind of rooting for them a little bit to at least make the wild card. But it is very contested. And, the Broncos don't have the easiest schedule. They still have they have the Raiders coming up. I think they have the Chargers again, too. Did they face the Chiefs twice already? I don't even know if they faced the Chiefs twice already. So I think they have a lot of AFC West opponents coming up. So I don't know. They can win against the Raiders. I think they can. I don't know about the Chargers. Even they did beat them once, but I don't know if they can beat them again, especially this late in the season. Chargers are trying to roll despite, they just lost to the Chiefs, but they're trying to roll here. Late in the season and make a playoff push and try to get hot before the playoffs, but it's not going too well. So it'd be fun to see the Broncos get in, but I don't know if they will. Miami's one of those other teams where it's like it'd be fun to see them in here, at least in the wild card, even though they might get blown out. But it'd be fun to see them with the 7th seed. But right now the 7th seed is the Patriots, so I don't think they can beat the Patriots. 2nd and 7th, I don't think they can. Raiders, I don't trust them. I don't like the Raiders at all. Steelers are interesting. They got to beat the Chiefs to at least have a chance to the playoffs. Essentially, I know they'll be in it, but essentially, you lose to the Chiefs. I think you're basically not in the playoff race anymore. I mean, mathematically, yes, but then you fall another game behind and you're 7-1. Well, other teams are going to go up to 8-6 like the Ravens here. Like 8-7. Excuse me, my bad. You're going to have other teams like 8-7. So I don't know if mathematically, mathematically they're in it, but I don't know if, theoretically they are. Ravens again. They have a tough game against the Bengals. That is actually my game of the week. So again, go check out my picks. Got to check out my picks for Week 16. This game right here, Bengals Ravens, my game of the week here. Gonna be really fun. I'm nervous for the Bills here at the 7th seed. I'm really nervous for them. Chargers, they should be able to take care of business. I think it'd be fun to see them in the playoffs and just, hopefully stay in the playoff race here. But they got to get a win against Houston, and then I believe they have the Broncos next, I believe is who they have. So, you got to get a win against divisional opponents, and then you got to wrap up. I don't even know who they wrap up with. Colts are one of those fun teams where it's gonna be so much fun to watch them. But if they can't run against an opponent in the playoffs, trusting Carson Wentz is not gonna be fun. So we'll see. We'll see how the Colts do in the playoffs. They're on the tails of Tennessee right now, but they may stick here at the 5th seed. They may be stuck here, or they may drop to the 6th seed. We'll see. You never know. Imagine they dropped the 6th seed to face the Titans one more time. That would be crazy. That'd be really crazy. But Derrick Henry might be back by then, so we might have 2 crazy rushers going up against each other. Just imagine if they dropped to the 6th seed and we have that. That'd be insane. Bengals. If I'm a Bengals fan, you're nervous as heck. You're sitting at 8-6. This is probably the biggest game of the year so far. I don't know who they play next, but in order to win the division, you have to win this game. You don't win this game, you can drop out of the playoffs. You can be down here where the Ravens are. You can drop out, depending on if these teams all win, you can potentially drop out of the playoff picture, and then you're looking out in. So Bengals fans here, you're clinging on to hope that you can beat the Raiders or the Ravens. Oh my, what is going on with my brain today? You're clinging on that you can beat the Ravens. And then I think they still, I'm guessing they probably have either the Browns or the Steelers again after. So it's going to be very interesting. Do we have tonight's game? Real fun game. Tennessee and 49ers. It's going to be a real fun matchup tonight. We'll see. I expect, as I talked about this yesterday in my picks too, I expect this potentially be kind of like a high-scoring game, like 31-28 or something like that. So Niners-Titans, I think this will be a real fun game. I hope it feels like a playoff atmosphere and whatnot. So we'll see. Patriots Bills. I am nervous as heck for the Bills, as I stated before, and it's just because, if the Patriots can get a run game going, then the Bills are not going to be able to stop it. The Bills' weakness is the run game, and they threw 3 times. So, the Patriots are probably going to throw more than 3 times. Probably. I believe they're supposed to have nice weather for this game. It's going to be a lot better than it was a blizzard, and then it turned into a wind game during the game, but it was a blizzard before the game. So it should be a lot better weather than it was a couple weeks ago. Then the Chiefs, again, I believe it's just win and they clinch a spot in the playoffs, I believe is how it is. So they face the Steelers. You have it all in front of you. You're at home. So, it's just, it'll be interesting. You're a game ahead of the Patriots. If you lose, do they have the tiebreaker over them? I don't even know. They may have the tiebreaker. So even if they lose, they may still hold on to that 1 seed going into Week 17. They may. We'll see. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah. So, again, just kind of overlaying, just looking at everything. I guess we'll take a look at the 5 teams. So, Jacksonville sitting at 1. As of right now, they're 1. In the draft order, Lions are 2, Houston Texans are 3, Jets are 4, and then Chicago Bears are 5 right now. Looking at the draft order, again, probably Giants 6, probably Seattle 7. I would say maybe the Falcons would be 8, and then maybe like the Panthers or the Broncos. That's kind of my prediction. We'll see. We'll see if that comes true. Because I feel like, again, if the Panthers beat Tampa this week, I think they have a better shot. Again, then, they face the Lions, and I don't think that's going to be a cakewalk. I think it's going to be a hard game for the Falcons. So, yeah, we'll see. This is how it is right now. They'll probably go defense. Jags will probably go defense here. I don't know if you're the Lions. I mean, well, your O-line when healthy is pretty good. I think you go, well, you have to have Goff for, I believe it's one more season. So you probably go wide receiver or you go defense if you're Detroit here, I think. And then Texans, you need everything. Jets, I mean, Zach Wilson is not the answer. Let's be real here. And then Chicago, I guess O-line is what you would go for if you're Chicago here. So yeah. I'm just going to focus on up here. I'm going to focus on these games right now. As we head into Week 16, again, this may change heading into Week 17. Heading actually into Week 17, this may be different depending on, again, with, 8-6, 7-6-1, 7, all these 7-7s. This may be a lot better, This may be a lot more competitive. You might have some of these teams right here on the bubble sneak into the 6 or 7 seed. It just, again, it depends on who wins and who loses next week. So this could be a fun week. Obviously, NFC side is more so like, I don't want to say it's set, but, it's top heavy, and then you get down to the Saints, and then from the Saints downward, it's just, So really, I think only the Saints and the Eagles have a chance at really being up here with either the Niners or the Vikings, and it just depends on if, the Vikings lose or whatever. So, yeah, it's a lot more competitive in the AFC versus NFC. So for now, though, again, we have our first game tonight of the week. Then we go on to our Christmas Day games, and then we go on to the 26th for Sunday games, and then we have a Monday game. Hopefully we get no Tuesday games. Hopefully no Wednesday games. Just praying we don't. For now, though, like the video, share the video around. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm out of here. Peace.